do the function. Nope. I don't fuck with the fuck shit. Throwing on my dummy fit. Fuck it. I'ma pop out. Welcome back to your second favorite YouTuber. I am J Shep Reacts. Now we had an update with the Epstein files, y'all. Man, I've been hearing a lot of crazy stuff, man. And I heard that Jay-Z is in them. You know what I'm saying? Which I kind of like. I already knew a little something about that. You know what I'm saying? It's been said that he's been on in that Epstein book. You know what I'm saying? He was on them flights, and then it's what's new to me is Pusha T. I've been hearing that he was like a handler, basically. So meaning he would take said person to said person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah. This video is by Poetic Flacco. Jay-Z and Pusha T are beyond cooked after Epstein files release, and this is by Poetic Flacco. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and like this video. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate him, I guess, covering this. You know, this is something crazy out here. Let's go ahead and get into this.
The Epstein files just got released, and there's a lot of surprising names on here, but no name is more surprising than Jay-Z and Pusha T. Yeah. Before we get this video started,
I'm glad he does these ads at the beginning, because I was literally about to say, I forgot to say this, right? Because I was just telling my friend this. I was like, dude, I understand. Like, okay, look, we want to hold everybody accountable when it comes to this stuff, right? Cool. Let's hold them accountable, but let's keep the pressure on Elon Musk, Donald Trump, you know, Bill Clinton, all these weirdos that were already in the files, that have been in office, or, you know, have some sort of like influence on the world. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, Elon Musk, they're talking about this dude's about to be a trillionaire or whatever, or he is. I don't know. Donald Trump's in office right now. Everybody in his parliament, everybody, all the motherfuckers, bro, we need to keep the pressure on them. I understand this is crazy to the public that they're kind of giving proof that these two men are in the Epstein files, and, you know, they're music wise, they're, you know, legendary in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Pusha T is literally nominated for a Grammy right now. Him and his brothers, Clips. You know what I'm saying? Clips. They're nominated for a Grammy today. So it's like, but we need to keep the pressure on Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and all these other weirdos that are trying to, you know, slide past this. You know what I'm saying? We're not. No. So in the day, we gonna watch this video. But remember, that's the main goal. Remember that, y'all. Remember that. Don't only focus on this. Make sure we putting pressure, and then with the whole ICE stuff going on too. Fuck ICE. Let's go ahead. We gotta keep pressure on them too, y'all.
My description and get started now. Back in 2019, when Epstein was initially arrested, the FBI opened up a tip line, and the tip line was for anybody with any type of information on Epstein, his co-conspirators. If you were a young woman who was there, because the Epstein network was so vast that when the FBI arrested Epstein, for the most part, they thought they didn't even uncover 1% of the iceberg. So this tip line was opened up. Now, this tip line had a lot of accusations coming through. Unfortunately for Jay-Z and Pusha T, they both had allegations about themselves come through the tip line. In the case of Jay-Z, he's beyond cooked in the eyes of public perception, because the victim came forward July 10th, 2019, 8:20 a.m. Eastern. On July 10th, 2019 at 8:20 a.m. Eastern, the particular victim called the FBI National Threat Operations Center to identify herself as a victim of abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. Now, they provided the following information. So this essentially is like a transcript of what they provided. So they said in approximately 1994, there's a bunch of redaction. I'm assuming is victim names, et cetera, et cetera. So this got redacted, but she revealed herself to blank, which I'm assuming is like the call center employee that answered this call, as a past victim of abuse by Jeffrey Epstein. She described the abuse occurred during parties. Now, we all know, a bunch of these abuse did happen at these parties, right? I think Jeffrey Epstein was known to throw these really like wild parties that had these like wild massages. I think like in like the first little piece of Epstein files that kind of got released like a couple years ago, we heard, like there were like midgets there, like there were like really, 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 really tiny people, like
supposedly, basically, whatever you wanted, whatever you needed, Epstein supplied it. Like whatever was your sexual desire, he supplied it. So yeah, that's Not only was he trafficking for underage people, he was trafficking everything. I wouldn't doubt if they had animals there or something, bro. they whoever's in the animals, yeah, bro. I got those too out back. You know what I'm saying? These people be weird. They're weird.
9 midgets and like people indulged in that. Like it was Jeffrey Epstein apparently provided you with whatever your speed was. If your speed was dwarfs, he would provide you with dwarfs. Okay, that's what went down at these parties. Okay, so yeah, so apparently she was brought to parties, and you know she was the party favor for a bunch of weirdos and creeped. Redactions right here are very suspicious. So blank. So this is like the victim's name. Further identified blank as a friend of blank. I'm assuming blank and blank are now minors. Blank and blank are people in high position of power. So she will claim that in approximately 1996, which is about 2 years after this whole nonsense began to happen, where she was being used as party favors at Epstein. Apparently, she resided with blank, which is I'm assuming like one of her like perpetrators in blank state. An unknown man abducted her from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z. So she apparently lived at this residence with somebody I'm assuming is also a perpetrator, and they kidnapped her. They abducted her from that home, and she woke up to the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Jay-Z, while Weinstein apparently had his fingers into, we can probably guess where he had his finger into. All right. Now, she believed that she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Now, she estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions. Now, hold on, man. 7? Awakened each time in an opulent indoor setting. She suffered from abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. She recalled that Leon Black and William Barr, current United States Attorney General, being present during some of the occasion of abuse. In approximately 2006, she last recalled being abused by Epstein. Now, okay, so this started in 1994 and lasted to about 2006. I'm assuming at some point here she stopped being a minor, right? Yeah, like I'm assuming, let's just say she was 14 in 1994. That would mean by 1998, she became 18. And this lasted until 2006. Now, I'm not questioning, whatever she went through as a minor. If she's being truthful about what happened here is very unfortunate. But for this to last until 2006, like, there's something very wrong with that picture from my perspective, to be honest.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Flacco, you kind of victim blaming there if you're saying what I think you're saying. But what I was going to say is, I mean, if y'all ever seen the movie, it's called Blink. Like, her talking about her getting abducted and all that stuff. It reminded me of that movie Blink, because basically in the movie, all the girls on the island, they put like this sort of thing in like the perfume or whatever. So like every single day, they'll do something to the girls at the end of the day. Like they'll grape them and stuff like that and do just crazy stuff. And then the next day they wake up, they don't remember it because of the perfume, the thing in the perfume. But on the island, the snake's venom or whatever is the only thing that makes you remember the stuff that happened. And so I wouldn't doubt if they're abducting her and she's saying every time she's randomly waking up in X place, then they probably are drugging her as well. So Flacco, the reason why I'm going to say I'm assuming that maybe I should let you finish what you're saying, but I think you're kind of victim blaming because even though, yeah, at one point she's not underage anymore, she's probably too scared to tell people, or maybe she was telling people and people just didn't believe her, or she's getting drugged, constantly getting drugged. And once again, she probably just couldn't tell nobody, like, in the sense of, like, oh, no one's going to believe me, like, she's scared. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what happens in a lot of these, like, SA cases and stuff like that. You know? a lot of these people, they're scared to tell other people. That's all that not all, but that's majority of the time. Like, that's what it is, because they believe that people aren't going to believe them.
From her story, she didn't really list anything that Jay-Z did specifically, but she did say that Harvey Weinstein, digitally penetrated her, but Jay-Z didn't, penetrate her. Jay-Z was just present, which to me is just as bad, right?
Yeah, it's weird.
If this alleged minor was abducted from her home, brought to an Epstein mansion, and it was you, Harvey Weinstein, and Epstein there, and this minor was enduring abuse in your presence, to me, you are just as guilty as whoever is doing the abuse. I don't distinguish the difference between the two. Whoever is there is just as guilty and equally as guilty. But, again, this is just a tip, right? Now, however this tip was investigated, no charges were ever brought. Right, like as far as I know, Jay-Z was never brought for a subpoena, a deposition, nothing. And this particular tip didn't go anywhere. But because the tip came in about Epstein, it was included in the Epstein files. Fortunately for Pusha T, we can't say the same because she did list things that Pusha T did specifically. Now, it will continue and it will state on each occasion she believes she was drugged, clouded her memory. She attributed the drugging as frequently performed by persons assigned as handlers. Now, one of the handlers she would say will be Pusha T, because at the time, I would say Pusha T don't really belong in those rooms. Pusha T was not a superstar. He was not a megastar. He wasn't somebody of importance. So if somebody like Pusha T was in those rooms, Pusha T would probably be the handler, right? The doughboy, the do-boy, right? Mm-hmm. The store runner. Right, because Pusha T wasn't no megastar. Jay-Z, I can understand Jay-Z being in rooms with Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Pusha T don't really fit in those rooms at all, bruh. That's like you seen Poetic Flacco in a room with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. You will say, what is this dirtball doing in this room? I'm probably the handler in that regard, okay? So this story makes sense, to be honest. Again, I'm not saying Pusha is guilty of anything. I'm just saying Pusha role being in that room makes sense, okay? Now, it will continue, and she will say, among her handlers, she identified the artist Pusha T. In approximately 2007, she attended a party following invitation from an unknown man who approached her as she walked down the street. Weinstein and Pusha T also attended the party and drugged her before engaging in abuse. So
yeah,
now,
see, and that's what I was just saying. She was being drugged. Makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
now Pusha T went from being just a handler to now Pusha T was also engaging in the abuse. Now, she claimed to have additional information of other persons involved in the enterprise and information related to the racketeering conducted in support of the trafficking. She further believed she was under surveillance and stalked at the direction of the people involved in the abuse. She confirmed she was not diagnosed with any mental illness. She refused to provide her physical address, advising that she maintained no permanent address. Rather, she moved between staying at different hotels.
That's a little crazy, though. You getting abducted from, like, you've been abducted on several occasions, and you're saying that you're not even maintaining a physical address, like you're trying to move around or whatever, but you're still being abducted and drugged. Like, that's insane, bro. Like, oh, dude, Epstein must have put a tracker on her or something. That's crazy.
So this was somebody who was homeless, which I don't know if that gives more credibility or takes it away. I'm not about to, like diminish the abuse just because of somebody right now probably in a position that's unfavorable. Right, a lot of people see a homeless woman making these allegations and they'll probably say, crazy. I don't know, man. Now, what I would say, man, is Kanye West have been telling us for years that one of these dudes was on Epstein Island, that one of these dudes were involved with Epstein.
Yep. He kept saying Jay-Z, basically. That's who he was talking about, Jay-Z.
Just ain't been paying attention. This song wasn't dropped too long ago, right? On World War III version 2, Kanye West says, know some ninjas that went to that island. Why the F would you go to that island? Now, Kanye West, has been around Pusha, has been around Jay-Z. They've been feuding for a little while now. One can probably only imagine that if he were to be talking about some dudes, he'll probably be talking about Pusha or Jay-Z, man. Listen, man, I'm just a messenger here, bruh. Hey, Rock Nation. All right, don't hurt me, bro. All right, I'm just a YouTuber. I'm just reporting what I think could apply here.
Me too, man. I'm just a YouTuber, bro. Hey, man, leave me alone. Don't. Hey, before anybody, hey, look, I am not suicidal. I do not want to self-harm myself. So that any of that ever pops up in the news, y'all, they done got me. Cause nah. Hey, I'm just reacting. I'm just reacting to what has been proposed to the public, man.
But we've been calling Kanye crazy for a while now, man. But the one thing we know,
Kanye is still crazy though.
Is we didn't see allegations involving Kanye's name, man.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy? The one person we call crazy, we call a lunatic, we call bipolar, we say he belongs in a mental health institute. Somehow that person is the only person we don't see in these Epstein files.
He's the only person that ain't no freaking PDF file. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. I mean, yeah, you can't be crazy and not be a PDF file, but come on, man. He's been around the worst of the worst people, bro. Mind you, he was married to a Kardashian. He had children with the Kardashian.
We don't see with nasty allegations towards his name. Now, Jay-Z to me, and here's why I think it's cooked, okay? Even though the allegations are unsubstantiated, because these are just, tips coming through a hotline. Fortunately for Jay, the world already wants to believe these allegations.
Yeah.
So there's nothing Jay can do to really convince people that he's not guilty. Man, as soon as Jay-Z hit that B, bro, hit that Billy, hit that billion, hip-hop got really suspicious of Jay-Z. Yeah. And also, too, hip-hop getting suspicious of Jay-Z is for good reasons. Like, we seen how Jay-Z operated with the NFL, bro. Yeah. We seen how Jay-Z sold out for $1. So we've already been very suspicious of Jay-Z. And Rock Nation right now is public enemy number one. And because people want to believe these rumors, they want to, believe this, they want this to be true, there's nothing Jay-Z can do to convince the public it's not. Sorry, bro. All right. There's nothing. Jay-Z can come out and yell to the top of the moon and speak. There's nothing Jay-Z can do to convince us it's not true because the public wants to believe this is true. Now, Pusha.
I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like ever since I've been a kid, it's like we've always put that Illuminati shtick on him too. So it's just like, who knows, man? It's like at the end of the day, we've always kind of had an inkling when it came to this stuff about him. Like he's probably the closest person to doing this evil shit with these people. You know what I'm saying? Rubbing hands with these people. And even Illuminati and stuff. Ain't no black person in Illuminati. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Like, they're not allowing black people in no type of secret society type thing. And if they are, they're just using them to be what's the word? Like posers. Like little grunts, like little grunts, like they're henchmen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what Jay-Z is. If you want to be honest, you know what I'm saying. It's not like he holds a lot of power in that circle. If that's the case, if he is within that Epstein circle and all that stuff, he probably don't hold that much of a power. And what else was I about to say? I believe like the first tip that she was saying. How she woke up with Weinstein, doing what he was doing to her, and Jay-Z was just there. Like, she didn't say that Jay-Z did anything. The reason why I believe that is because if y'all haven't, I remember seeing a few years ago on Twitter, there was like a clip of Jay-Z doing an interview with some dude, right? And in the interview, there's like 3 other girls. They're like literally butt booty naked, basically like touching on each other and just all type of stuff. Like, he's just sitting there watching. Basically, they're doing the interview while these 3 women are over here like kind of doing sexual acts and stuff. And that's why I'm like, I wouldn't doubt if Jay-Z just sat there and like kind of watched. Not to say like he's a cuck or nothing, but like, which it's just weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't doubt if Jay-Z just sat, like, he was there, but I don't think he might have did anything. Who knows? And then same thing with Pusha T. Like, she went from saying he's a handler to saying he sexually abused her, or like she just didn't specify it, you know what I'm saying? She just kind of put both their names, Weinstein and Pusha T, and then She didn't say that they both did it, you know. Like, well, she didn't explicitly say that. Oh, Pusha T, you know. She just said, wow, she got whatever abused and stuff. So it's like, who knows? These maybe what they do is they make these dudes watch to be like, hey, y'all, you know, you're just as bad as me, basically. Like, you know, watch me do this and whatever. That way I know for sure, like, oh yeah, I can trust you, you know, because, you know, if I know whoever told, it's you. And if you ever want to reach newer heights or whatever, you know, it's like you got to keep this on the hush. So it's like you got to participate, you know. Maybe that's how they getting them. I don't know. But like my whole point is that, yeah, Jay-Z, due to that interview that I've seen him on Twitter, I was just like, yeah, I wouldn't doubt if Jay-Z really is tied to like some crazy, creepy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So who knows?
Pusha T may have some saving grace here, because Pusha T, for the most part, ain't somebody who's hated.
Yeah.
And Pusha T ain't somebody who we are rooting against.
And then once again, because what was it? There was that one thing going on with Jay-Z. Shorty was trying to put allegations on him. I forgot what it was all about. And he was talking about, oh, I ain't giving y'all no money. I'm finna sue y'all for everything that y'all got and all that shit. I remember that. So, it's almost like, yeah, it's like, I hope he's just as loud how he was with that as he is with this. Otherwise, it's like, yeah, nigga, we know you, and you know what I'm saying? We know you did this. We know that you were there. We know it. Like, and Pusha T, he needs to. It's been a whole day now. It's like, bro, y'all need to say, hey, quit all that capping on my name. What that stuff? Like, I understand this is like a legal matter in a sense too, maybe, whatever. I'm not letting that shit slide. If I know I wasn't there in those rooms, I wasn't around Weinstein, which Jay-Z can't lie and say. There's photos of him with Weinstein. Like, nah, if that's me, I'm nigga, ain't no photo of me with this nigga, and if there is, I ain't never been to no party with him, you know, all that stuff. I don't do this, I'm not with that PDF file stuff. I'm not with none of that trafficking stuff, bro. Like, no, y'all quit playing with my name. So I don't know.
I'm just saying the public. So Pusha T might have some action here. Jay-Z, don't even listen, man. You about to have 1,000 different reaction channels breaking down every photo Jay-Z ever took with Harvey Weinstein, any deals they ever made together, any movies they did together. They about to start breaking down body language. Oh, trust me, bro. Jay is overly cooked.
It's over.
It's over with.
It's over.
Now, when I surveyed the landscape, right? When I surveyed what people are currently thinking, I'll be real, it sounds like Jay-Z's cooked, bro. Because how people are treating these Epstein files, they're not treating these Epstein files as allegations. They're saying these Epstein files have been hidden for so long that whatever is on these files have to be truth, because why would they hide it for so long? So when your name is wrapped up in these files, kiss your public reputation goodbye, man. People believe these Epstein files are the gospel. And because they believe they're the gospel, bruh.
Yeah.
It's...
Which, I'm going to just end the video there because like, he got his point across, which I'm going to second, like, what, not second. I was going to say more about what he's saying, kind of. So basically, like, yeah. I understand what he's saying. Like, it's like, just because you're in the files doesn't mean that you did such and such thing. Kind of like with the Diddy parties, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing with Diddy is like, he had his regular parties, then he had the freakniks he was doing. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, they keep, like, merging the two, whatever. And, yeah, it's like, yeah, X amount of people went to a Diddy party before, you know what I'm saying? They've been to a Diddy party, like with Joey Badass, pretty sure Top from TDE been there, which that's why Joey Badass was saying that in that one Did song last year. And it's like, yeah, it's like, just because I went to a Diddy party doesn't mean I was doing the freaknik. I wasn't back there doing all that weird stuff, sliding on baby oil, and no, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, maybe there are some people in these files, and like how he said, this is all based off of a tip from a woman. So from 1994 to 2006 to 2007, because he did that last one was 2007. So it's like, yeah, Like who knows? Who knows? We don't know 100% sure. So it's just like, I get it, but like I said, the reason why, like what she even explained, Jay-Z is, it's kind of like been a thing with Jay-Z. There's always been this dark aura around him when it came to like fame and money, and it's like you look at him and you're like, yeah, he did some grimy shit to get to where he's at, just like with the NFL shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, who knows? But Pusha T, you know, we all know he sold crack, cocaine, crack, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we haven't really heard too much more about him in that sense. So it's just like, I don't know. But if I'm Pusha T, if I'm Jay-Z, if I know in my heart for sure this shit ain't true, I'm online and I'm finna do a vid. Keep my name out your motherfucking mouth, bro. I ain't do none of that stuff. So I don't know. We haven't got any videos or no tweets or nothing from these folks or official statements. So I guess we just gonna have to wait. We gonna have to wait and see. But once again, y'all, stay focused on the primary goal here. Donald Trump is in office. He in them same files. Let's keep the pressure on him. Let's keep the pressure on all these weirdo niggas. Okay? Let's keep the pressure on all of them. Fuck ICE. You know what I'm saying? Free Palestine. And yeah. Go ahead, like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You know what I'm saying? Stay on my channel, watch some more videos. Listen to my music, all caps, J.Shet. Follow me at IamJShet3 on Instagram and TikTok. And until next time, deuces.